What's up, everybody? King of FOMO here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow my Telegram channel, that's t.me/kingoffomo1, as well as the chat, where it's starting to get a little bit more bearable. The chat will be in the description below, but a lot of the new stuff that I'm finding is coming from that chat, and a lot of the crap is starting to finally disappear. It's not all gone, though, so definitely do your own research on everything anybody ever talks about. So in my last video, which I released on September 13th, a day ago, I made some extremely good calls. So I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I'm gonna toot it anyway. So there's a couple coins that I talked about. I'm not going to replay the whole video. You guys can watch it again. But I talked about DFI and Kitten.finance potentially going up. You can see that if you zoom in extra close here, these coins were down about 22% and 16% respectively. And since then, those coins have rebounded and come up quite a bit. So it's nice to see that that rebound did happen. Another coin that I mentioned was Ampleforth. I called the bottom of Ampleforth, but not quite bottom enough. So I said that I wanted to buy at 143,000, but 150,000 was about the bottom of Ampleforth right here, or 143 million, but 150 million was about the bottom of Ampleforth right here. I said it's due for a pretty nice rise up. Now, if we take a look at CoinGecko right now, Ampleforth is up 17%, now has a market cap of $178 million. This is one of the top gainers for today. So that's two. You have Ampleforth up here, and you have DeFi Money, which is sitting at about $6,000, up 13% today. And then I also mentioned, going back to the video right here, I mentioned Nexus Mutual as a good buy. I said this coin is not going to be going away anytime soon as long as yield farming is still a thing. People are going to look for insurance more and more, and Nexus Mutual does offer that, or NXM or WNXM. They're kind of the same thing. So this one was sitting at $49, down 11% yesterday. I picked some up, and sure enough, now it is all the way up to $67, up 36 and 40% today, respectively. Now, again, I'm purchasing the wrapped NXM. That's what you can get over there on Uniswap. So that's what I am working with, and you can also use that to get what's called the safe token. Now, I'm looking more into that because that one is very confusing to me, and I definitely can't do a good job explaining that to you guys. But a lot of people are hyping that up in the moment, so I figured I'd just give you guys the shout out now. If you can figure it out before me, go for it. But like I said, I'm really glad that I did make those super good calls and came out with some nice profit. But another coin that I kind of want to focus on for this video, I don't want this video to be too long, is Kitten.finance. So if I roll back here, we take a look at what Kitten.finance's price was when I made this video yesterday, $50 going down. I said I wanted to pick some up at $30. Maybe I was being a little bit too greedy, because today Kitten.finance is all the way up to $86, almost 2x'd in one day, up 74%. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do the crazy thing. I should have done this yesterday and bought this before, but I'm going to look for my Kitten.finance right here. I'm going to buy 12 ETH worth of KIF right here, right now, in front of you guys live. I do believe in this platform, and I do think that the developer is definitely towards the more competent side of developers here on the crypto space. A lot of times we have developers that just promise something or just produce vaporware, but this guy is getting stuff out there, and it seems like the word is just about starting to get out for Kitten.finance. People are just about seeing what he can do. A few days ago, I was about 10% of this pool, so I'm going to be getting less back since I have so much WETH in here staking, but it is what it is. What I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on moving a lot of my liquidity over to this Uniswap liquidity pool. Now, unfortunately, I will have to deal with impermanent loss if this price does shoot up like crazy. So pool 2 does protect you from impermanent loss, but I do think it's probably going to be worth it, because this APY is only going to go up as the price of the KIF coin goes up as well. And again, I've been telling you guys for the past week or so, I'm stealth accumulating these KIF tokens. I'm stealth farming these KIF tokens, and for good reason. I do think that if you take a look at the charts right here, this has just been since I started recording this video, a lot of buys, not too many sells. There's a couple of sells here and there. Here's a pretty big sell right here, but overall, It's looking pretty nice for Kitten.finance. So those are just the quick little things I wanted to update you guys on. As far as other projects, one of the farms that I'm looking at, like, I've been surprised. A lot of these newer farms have been like extremely successful. One of them being Pickle.finance. This is definitely, in my opinion, a super duper meme farm, and it didn't really look all that special to me. But this thing launched at a couple cents, I think, and it went all the way up to about $80, which is crazy. It is insane. I'm not sure if it actually has $246 million total value locked. If it does, that is insane. That is crazy. It is using stable coins, which is, it makes sense as to why that number would be so big, because stable coins are almost not risky at all. But it's still insane that a coin like Pickle.finance can get $246 million worth of total value locked with these stable coins alone. So another coin that I'm actually looking at in terms of farming, now this one is unaudited, so proceed with extreme caution. I can't, if this thing exit scams, you can't blame me. I'm telling you about it right now. I don't know what's going to happen. But from what I've been hearing from the developers, I try to bring you guys things that, have legs, not just everything that pops up out of the stream, because there's been tons of farms that I could have told you about that I skipped out on. But the developers over at Printer.finance, the Telegram, seem to be competent enough to be able to discuss with people their governance plans and things like that. And they don't seem like moon boys, where they're just trying to say, hey, we're going to go to the moon, everyone buy up our coins, you're going to get rich. Generally, that's a giant red flag to me. If they're more focused on let's make some money rather than let's produce a product that's actually pretty good. Even though the meme is print, you're printing money here, it does seem like the developers know more than just, hey, buy our coin, let's get rich together. So other things to note here, which is why I think that this thing is really, really a gem in the current moment. The market cap's only $347,000, not $1 million. And usually these, like I said, if you look at Pickle.finance, the market caps for here are way, way higher. $246 million locked. That's crazy. But with this one, even more of a draw in is the fact that supply is like non-existent. 1,000 coins in existence for supply. I got myself 7 of these bad boys at about $300, so that's the price that I basically purchased it at, was about $300. It's been moving up and down like crazy, so you might be able to get it for a lot cheaper. And I think that it's still very undervalued at $300 when there's only 1,000 coins. And on top of that, they're getting burned. So you can see that there's 36 print burned. That's a lot. That's a huge portion of this supply that's burned. If you look percentage wise, that's a good amount that's going away at the current moment. And with a tiny supply, like, even if you look at coins, like, let's go ahead and make a comparison here. I know I'm getting a little dollar signs in my eyes, but whatever. Let's go take a look at YFI and see what the supply of YFI is, because that's one of the most highest price coins. We'll just arrange it by price right here. So YFI, take a look at this. That has a supply of 30,000. A supply of 30,000. Now, granted, this coin is probably going to be a bunch of times more successful than the print coin. But if print even goes close to something like that of Sushi Swap or Sashimi Swap or any of these other swap coins, it's going to put it up there near the top 100, which is near YFI, sitting at 30,000 supply with a price of $39,000. I'm looking at the print token and I'm saying, well, this supply is 30 times smaller than that, so theoretically the price should be 30 times higher than YFI if it gets to that price. So you can kind of start to see how the sky is the limit with the print token as far as the price and the supply altogether. Other things to note that I took a look at, and I'm kind of just showing you guys how I do my own research here. These are the important transactions, and it's important that they show this stuff, that they're locking liquidity, that they're locking the teams, they're changing the mint so they can't mint any tokens. So all this stuff seems to be checked and balanced. All that needs to happen is for the farming to start, which is going to be in about 3 or 4 days. So I think that as long as everything checks out, there's a few additions to the contract, which people it makes me a little skeptical, because I don't think that any of these tokens have burned as they farmed, so there could be some flaws which causes drainage. But if everything works out smoothly, I think that this farm is gonna go crazy. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna, at the very least, do as well as all the other crap farms, and I think the price is going to shoot up like crazy with the print token having such a tiny supply, and that price I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing how the coins burn as people sell them and move them around. The price should shoot up in even more from that point. So it's going to be an interesting experiment. Again, their farming starts on Wednesday, September 16th. So be on the lookout for that in 2 days. But you can purchase up some print tokens right now beforehand. But just keep in mind the value is what people think it's worth. And like honestly, to me, this is cheap. This is cheap for the amount of supply of what it is right now. I know $300 looks like a lot of money, but it's cheap to me. All right, guys, that is everything for today. I'm still bullish on Kitten.finance. Now I got myself about 72, close to about 100 tokens. We'll see how far this thing can go. Again, this is another one where let's take a look at what the supply of Kitten is. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but let's go see what Kitten.finance's supply is. Now, this supply is probably going to be a little bit higher because the farming rate is quite a bit. So yeah, circulating supply is a total of 21,000. So yeah, this is a low supply too. That's crazy. So this thing, if like comparing it to coins like YFI, or the supplies are really low, you can see coins hit the $1,000 mark. So that's kind of why I'm really bullish on this and some other low supply coins. That's everything for today, guys. There's some other stuff that I didn't talk about, like explosive ETH, and I think there's another coin that I bought the other day. But definitely check the ones out that I've talked about here in this video. Some of the links will be in the link tree below. If not, you guys can check out my chat or just go to CoinGecko and type in the coins to find out, research yourself. All right, guys, that's everything. Peace out.